If you are not receiving this podcast, try unplugging your device for 10 seconds, then plugging it back in. If this does not resolve your issue, please stay on the line. A customer service representative will be with you within the calendar year. I'm Larry Fedoruk, and this is Later That Same Life. Each week on this podcast, a different topic, discussion, or story from our lives.
Season 13, Chapter 3,
Customer Service.
Does real customer service still exist? Is it any good? When was customer service invented? What forms does it take? I'm going to make my best effort not to turn this podcast into a customer service bitch and moan session. But sadly, that is the thing about customer service these days. 9 times out of 10, it's a bad experience. And if you share your nightmare story with a friend, what's usually their response? Oh yeah? That's nothing. Last week I had to call, and in other words, everyone has a bigger nightmare story about bad customer service that is worse than your nightmare story. What happened? When did it go bad? When did customer service become this dreaded experience? Or was it ever any good? Are we romanticizing days gone by when people gave a damn? Maybe. Customer service was invented, that's right, invented, during the first Industrial Revolution, circa 1760. There is no direct knowledge of who first invented it or coined the term customer service, but it does go back almost 300 years. In the beginning, most of the merchants were traveling salesmen. As a matter of fact, one of the first traveling salesmen was Jesus. Traveling salesman, motivational speaker, carpenter, social worker, multitasking CEO of Christ Co., a division of God, Inc. But the people eventually formed villages, villages became towns, towns became cities, and it was possible for many merchants to set up shop, that's shop, S-H-O-P-P-E, and let the customers travel to them, rather than them having to travel around to the customers. Note that over the centuries, many societies have tried to revive the concept of the door-to-door salesman, but with little success. No siree, the stores are where it's at. 1760, the Industrial Revolution. More factories. More factories, more products. More products, more merchants. More merchants, more stores. Catherine the Great is great, but not as great as the savings you'll find this week at Alexei's Carpet Emporium, in the heart of the Carpet District, just 2 blocks west of Kremlin. Wall-to-wall, area rugs, and just in the new Bolshevik overthrow rug. Plenty of free parking. You heard Marie Antoinette say it. Let them eat cake. Shop Emmanuel's Cake Bakery and Sweet Shop. A stone's throw from the Palace of Versailles. Turn left at the sewer and follow the signs. Mention Marie's name and get 50% off all sponge cakes while supplies last. Cakes for all occasions, birthdays, anniversaries, starvation, revolution. You know what they say, even peasants find it pleasant when they shop Emmanuel's. So anyway, lots of merchants, stores, shopping, the retail trade well on its way, thanks to the Industrial Revolution. And that had to be where the idea of customer service started. Merchants were now at a fixed location. They were part of the community. Perhaps they felt responsible to the customers. And there had to be that first time when the merchant-customer transaction did not end with the exchange of money for goods, right? It wasn't the end. It was basically like the beginning of a contract. There had to be a patient zero, a first ever disgruntled customer. How do you think that went?
Excuse me, I was in last week and I bought this sack of flour. Well, it's bitter and full of lumps.
What do you expect me to do about it?
Well, I demand a new sack of flour or my money back.
Piss off.
Okay then.
But remember what I said. There were a lot of stores. It began to dawn on the owners that customers could just go down the street. So they realized they had to stand behind their products. It would just be the honest thing to do, wouldn't it? Service the customer. Eventually, they had this unofficial retail motto. The customer is always right. In the day, face-to-face was the only way to exact customer service. Although I suppose you could write a stern letter to the offending merchant. Some historians will say that the idea of customer service really began to take hold with the invention of the telephone in 1876. I suppose radio, telegraph, telephone, they all came in around the same era. They were the second industrial revolution. They changed the world. But I don't know. Hey kids, we got this brand new device in the house. It's called a telephone. Hey, great. Let's call the store and bitch about their service. Around this same time also, customer service attempted to be preemptive. J.R. Watkins sold Watkins liniment and other remedies door to door, and is thought to be the very first one to offer a money-back guarantee. And that tactic is still in play today. Satisfaction guaranteed, or your money back. Guarantee, warranty, quality assurance, good housekeeping, seal of approval. All different ways for sellers to say we stand behind our product. So far, a lot of what I've told you happened in the 17 and 1800s. But really the huge consumer explosion began post-World War II. A war to end all wars, only good times ahead. The golden era of television and advertising, Madison Avenue Mad Men. That's really when this idea of customer service took hold as a method to gain a competitive edge. We may have the same piece of crap product the other guys have, but ours is backed by a service guarantee, perhaps a national network of personnel who will absolutely continue to ensure that you are happy with your purchase. That is our promise to you. Maytag even went one further. They pointed out, in so many words, that their products were so reliable they wouldn't even break down. The Maytag repairman. He was the loneliest guy in town.
Don't you care how lonely I get?
Nobody called because they didn't need to. Remember those ads? The Maytag repairman. So lonely. I often wondered why he didn't just go to night school and pick up another skill set. Get himself into a more fulfilling line of work.
Loneliness, the mother of invention. Maytag.
Trivia, the original Maytag guy was played by actor-comedian Jesse White. He was replaced in the 90s by actor Gordon Jump. Jump had famously played the radio station manager in the series WKRP. I say this because in real life, it's amazing how many radio people are eventually forced to seek a career in appliance maintenance. True story. So what is the state of customer service today? By and large, it sucks, doesn't it? First of all, products. With rare exception, we don't fix anything anymore, do we? It breaks, we throw it away, and we get a new one. This takes a level of customer service out of the equation. Not happy with the product? Junk it. Not to mention there's already a level of obsolescence built into many products today. Nothing lasts forever, but it's worse. Nothing lasts too long, or at least long enough, so that I can't sell you the new 10.0 model in a few months. There's no more Mr. Fix-It. Very few handymen. And note, I don't ever trust big corporate to do the right thing. Once they saddle you with a crap product, well, it's gone from customer service to buyer beware. That's your product now. We've had to form safety and standards and practices organizations just to try and keep them in check. Yeah, you know those baby strollers we sold you? Well, yeah, they might cut off your kid's fingers. So, you can bring it back. Those mushrooms, yeah, they might kill you. So throw them out or, I guess, bring them back. This is like the law telling them that they have to provide customer service. Many retail stores have a customer service desk or a counter or a kiosk. These are basically for returns. Big places like the Walmarts, you don't even need a good excuse. I just want to return it. And that product you return, by the way, usually landfill. Same thing with Amazon and all those similar services. They have a return policy. But it's cheaper for them just to take it back and landfill it and then move on. That's not really customer service. Although as a customer, it makes you happy, doesn't it? They took it back. I got a replacement. Real customer service is, oh, we're sorry. What happened? What's wrong? How do we fix this? Amazon customer service. Yeah, we don't care. Send it back. We'll throw it away. We'll send you a new one. It's cheaper for them in the long run. I've got a customer service desk at my grocery store. I call it their own little grocery employee social club. They don't provide service to customers. They just gossip among themselves. The few times I've had to go to that service desk, all I hear is two staffers talking while ignoring me.
Well, then he said, I need a new pair of shoes. And I said, well, I don't think so, mister. You'll make do with the shoes you have.
I'm standing there like,
So last week my sister was over, and right in the middle of the whole thing, oh, how is she? Is she still divorced? Is she dating anyone? I just made this casserole, and it was really good. I saw the recipe in a magazine, and it was just about to come out of the oven, and the doorbell rings.
Suddenly paramedics showed up. A guy behind me thought I was choking, so he called an ambulance. A grocery store customer service counter. I don't know what they do there. I'm sure it's a coveted spot for employees because they don't really have to do anything. What else happened? I bought some cans of soup recently. One of the tins didn't need a can opener. It had that pull tab kind of lid. It was great, except the edge was so sharp. I easily cut myself, and really badly. So I thought, you know what? I should call this in. I should call their 800 number and let them know. Why not? I'm already Abe Simpson, sitting there all day writing emails and letters to dissatisfactory manufacturers and sellers. Took a half an hour, but I finally got a person. And I said, look, I don't want anything. I just want to tell you about this dangerous product. She seemed disinterested and said she'd send me some coupons for free soup. That was 3 years ago. I'm still checking the mail every day. Campbell's customer service. It's ridiculous, but I would like to follow up. I would like to call them back. Listen, you don't remember me, but where in the system did you not care, or did it break down? Where you made a promise and didn't keep it? I'm just curious. Earlier on, I mentioned that historians feel that the invention of the telephone was thought to have changed the concept of customer service. Well, you can be sure that the concept of the toll-free number has done that, along with the internet and connectivity. And of course, now AI, artificial intelligence customer service. It's already well in place. Toll-free numbers and websites are the lazy way out of providing actual customer service. Call our toll-free line. Why? So I can hear how you're experiencing an unusually high volume of calls today? So wow, you're telling me that your product sucks so bad that many people are willing to wait in line to complain. But you do the work anyway, right? Press 1, Menu options, right? Blah, 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 blah. 3, okay. Options, 2, options, 5. Hold. One place, the recorded voice asked me to choose the kind of music I would like to listen to while on hold. 1 for pop, 2 for country, 3 for classical. I didn't press anything. I didn't want them to prejudge me based on my musical tastes. You know, what if the operator's a classical fan and she sees that I've been listening to country? She's going to look down her nose at me. Perhaps not give me good customer service because I, like Willie Nelson. One place I called offered a callback service if you don't want to sit there on hold. So I chose that. Half an hour later, they called me back and put me on hold. Listen, I wouldn't want to be a customer service person. It must be hell. I'm sure they have to deal with a lot of idiots and angry people. It used to be called the complaints department, you know. I mean, it's still the complaints department. They just came up with a euphemism, customer service. I think that's also referred to as putting lipstick on a pig. Yeah, it's the complaints department. Believe me, no one is calling customer service to say, hey, by the way, just calling in to say that I'm enjoying your product and you are doing a terrific job. And the customer service people, their entire training is based on blaming the customer. Gaslighting. Gaslighting is trying to make someone believe this situation is their fault when it really isn't. Yes, sir, is everything plugged in? Have you checked all the connections? Have you tried rebooting? Wow, you are a technical wizard. Yes, I did all those things. They didn't work. Why do you think I'm calling you? Just send someone. Service the customer. Your customer service. Just in case you have lost the drift of this. Oh no, not them. They have to try and spend at least another 90 minutes figuring out how it's your fault that their equipment is not working. I say to them now, stop gaslighting me. They never know what to say about that. Oh, and by the way, at the end of it all, you're going to send me that email or text. It's a little survey in which I will rate my customer service experience today. Yeah, you know what? Feel free not to send that to me. It will not make your day. I love those notices. Your feedback is important to us. You know what? I don't think it is. No executive is sitting in a boardroom somewhere going, that Larry had a good idea. No, my feedback becomes a small fraction of a data point in a large survey. I'm not a data point. I'm a customer. Visit our website. That is even more useless. That means customer service is now self-serve. I have to visit the website. I have to navigate 10 different pages. Then you just tell me to go to the FAQ page? Frequently asked questions? Hey, if people are in fact asking these same questions over and over, wouldn't it be incumbent upon you to address those issues? So that people don't just keep asking those same frequently asked questions? I never believe the FAQs are real. I call them FOQs, F-off questions. Just read them, F off, stop bothering us. You should have a RAUQ page, RAUQ, rarely asked, unique questions, because those are the ones I seem to have. Now they also have this live chat option. Just pop on the side screen there and someone will be by in a moment and you can type back and forth. Well, if they're right there and available, couldn't they just pick up the telephone and call me? We could talk, wouldn't that be easier? Except many of those chat options now, well, they're bots, not real people. I'm firing FOQs at them. I called this one place where I immediately got a person. I was so excited. She said, "Hi, I'm Janice. I'm your AI voice assistant. Just say what you want. I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Please repeat." It kind of worked for a while, and then, I needed a human, so I got put on hold. Choose 1 for country, 2 for classic. Well, I just hung up. I guess companies don't care about customer service. They only want to appear that they care. Call us toll-free. Visit our website. They must not care about customers. What's a disgruntled customer going to do? What, go online, give them a bad review? So what? Those don't make a difference. Passing off toll-free lines and websites as customer service is a lie. When I was fired at Bell Media, I had an employment consultant for a bit. She said something to me that I'll never forget. We were talking about human resources. And she said, HR is not there for you. It's there for them. It's the ass-covering department. Well, she didn't say that last part. I did. Well, that's the way I feel about customer service in the 21st century. It's a division of the ass-covering department. Call or log in, and we will make sure that you feel so irrelevant and insignificant that eventually you'll just go away. And if you go over to the competition, eventually they will make you feel the same way. It's gone from the customer is always right to the customer is always at fault. Who's going to take that complaint? Hello, customer service? I'd like to complain about your customer service. You know what happens there, right? They say, please hold, I'll get my manager. There's no manager. They just pass you on to the person one desk over. Hey, Frank, I got a bitchy guy on the line. You want to be the manager today? Okay. I'm going to wrap it up with an absolutely true story that happened to me a few years ago. Sunday, midday. Everything goes down. TV, phone, internet. Gone. I use my cell phone. Hold. Options. 1, 2, 5, 3. Sit there. Finally get a guy. He tells me to reboot everything. Nothing works. I call back. I do it again with another guy. A third guy figures out there's a live person in my area to do an emergency call. I'm like, wow, some guy on a Sunday? Great, send him over. He comes by. He says, we can't do anything till tomorrow or Tuesday. Oh, this has taken all afternoon. I'm frustrated. Finally, I decide to make one more call. And listen, I don't care where a person is if they can help me, but I get this guy and I go, by the way, are you in Canada? He says, no, I'm not. I say, might that limit your ability to help me today? He says, it might. So again, and very calmly, I go through my entire nightmare story. And he says to me, in the most beautiful accent, I am so sorry. That is so frustrating. It would make me want to go downtown and blow up their building. He said that. I don't know if he has a future in customer service, but it was great to hear. Makes you want to go downtown and blow up their building. Customer service. Yes, it does. Don't do that. But yes, it does.
Later That Same Life is written, voiced, and produced by Larry Fedoruk. LarryFedoruk37@gmail.com. Subscribe to Larry's podcast YouTube channel. Get automatic notifications with each new episode.